Good day, y'all. Thanks for clicking. Gonna review this 30th anniversary Street Fighter Destined Warrior Rue Hot Rue. This is a Storm Collectibles figure. It's my first Storm Collectibles figure. I bought this off of Big Bad Toy Store.com when they had their 120-day sale. I think you still get them. It's probably like 44, 49 bucks. So this is a package. Got some nice art right there on the side here. You can already see Rue right there. There's some effects, two alternate faces, and some hands. Really hard to see anything else through this plastic. On top, you got the Street Fighter logo, Capcom logo. On the side, again, some nice artwork. And on the back, it just shows a display of the different features of the character. Obviously, it comes with this stand here. And it's nice. It's got a little bio of some facts about Rue. So you can pause this and read this if you like. I never knew his height and weight, nor his blood type. Not that you care about the blood type, but it's kind of cool kind of knowing what his height's supposed to be versus what the scale of the character is. So that's kind of cool. This side of the box is basically the same as the other side of the box. So why don't we dig into this fig? So after opening the box, you can see this nice background scenery that I believe you can pull out. And if you want to, I don't know, put them on a dio as a kind of a background, that works too. But here, we have the figure and its pieces. So I'll just take this apart. And the hands came tumbling down. I guess most people open this with this lying flat. So this is kind of the face shield of that whole packaging. Let me just start off with the things that fell. So you got this nice fireball display. And it looks like he comes with 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there's another hand there. There's at least, if you count the fist hands that are on the body, 1, 2, 3, 4 pairs of hands. So you got these open stylized hands. It's almost like he's like throwing something, I don't know. This is a corresponding, I think this, no. This is the corresponding right hand. No, this is the right hand. This is the right hand. Let me just get these together here. Since they fell, it's kind of harder for me to tell what came together. All right, so these two hands are more like grappling hands, I guess. That's the left and this is the right. So it's nice that we have so many hands that come with the figure. I don't know. There's a lot of open hands. So I guess some of these are going to be for the Hadouken fireball. I'll show that to you. So it's all kind of wrapped up. It's bandages. And this hand is the same hand, corresponding hand that's over here. I'll just pop that out since it all fell out anyways. So you can see this one. It's almost like he's thrown something. All right. And then there's some electrical effects here. You can probably get this around his forearms, I'm assuming. Oh, we'll see how it works. And then obviously the figure himself comes right here. So everything's nicely packaged. I was just a moron and let everything fall out. And you have the stand in the back. Let me just undo that. There's a lot of plastic covering in these things. So this piece that was in the back also has a shield piece to unveil the figure stand. So you got a nice Street Fighter figure stand here with its corresponding actual holder. So this is nice to have. I can use this in more things than just a Street Fighter, although the base says Street Fighter. But at least if I'm going to be like taking pictures or whatnot, I can use it to put them in. Let's see. So, like I stated before, this is my first Storm Collectibles figure, and these things are pretty awesome. I haven't even played with the articulation yet. I've just unboxed this, but just looking at the details on this figure, it's pretty great. Let me just turn this little thing around so you can watch them spin. But the sculpt is awesome. It's amazing. This might even, like, I don't know, I might end up just collecting Storm figures, looking at this and staying away from the Marvel Legends, because these things are impressive. Although, you know, the Storm figures don't have all the characters that I like. That's, I guess, the biggest issue. And the other issue is that they're expensive. Like I said, I got this guy on sale to a point where, yeah, I bought them because I wanted to see what these Storm collectibles were all about. And I wanted to kind of see if I could piece this guy into like my whole Mystic Legion setups where I am using them for that kind of reality. All right, let's look at the details of this figure. So just starting with the head, the face. This face sculpt is awesome. Looks great. I like the way the hair is done. He's got this tassel from his headband in the back. I'm not sure if it comes off or not. I'm not going to pull it. But no, it comes off. So you can see you got this little detachable piece. So if you don't want it, you can just take it off. There is a little hole in the back of his head though, but it's harder to see since he's got black hair. But you can spin it around, oops, based off of, you know, whatever he's doing. So it's just not a static piece. So you can create that effect that he's in motion. So that's nice. You can see these different scars on his body. You know, they're old healed scars, so they're almost skin color. He has it as well in the front of his body. The musculature is sculpted very nicely. So he's got nice proportions to his whole body. Look. So legs don't look too long, arms don't look too long. He just looks like a nice, beefy, bulky guy in terms of this figure. He's got the straps here. Again, I think this piece probably comes off and can turn. So again, you can create different effects of motion just by twisting these little bands around. So he's got them on his forearms as well. His belt, I believe, can do the exact same thing. So it's nice. You can get some good, probably, action poses with this. He's got nice paint on here, a couple of layers of shading. Nice tear on his pants there as well, and the bottom is torn. He even has a little bandage on his foot, probably from kicking someone in the head. It's got some gaps in the joints. I guess that's just part of storing collectibles. So with these feet, you know, it's kind of noticeable. It's kind of ugly joint piece, but the other joints don't look too bad. I mean, the feet is probably the biggest issue in terms of aesthetics. But other than that, the aesthetics of this character are awesome. And mentioned earlier, he comes with 2 other head sculpts. So here's the first one right here. Let me see if I can get that. So him, I guess, kind of yelling. And he's got an angrier one. Oops, hard to hold this and show it to you. He's a little cross-eyed here. Why don't we see if I can take this face off and put one of these on for you. So again, this is the first time I'm doing this. I'm assuming I just pull on this. Let me just look at his head. Alright, so I know that these ears come off, so it's probably easier if I just wiggle from the ears. And that's what he looks like without a face. So let us put on this yelling head. So he's just got one little stem there that's going to go into this hole. So knowing that makes it easier for me to think about yanking on and off. So there's his yelling face. So the faces do look different when they're actually on. There's a side profile. I don't know if I like that one so much. Let's just take this one off too and see. And where was that other one? Here's his kind of, I don't know what face that is. It's like constipated face, like he's taking a dump. Let's get this in. There we go. Looks a little angry there. Like his poop isn't coming out. But that's nice. You can see all the texture and on the beard. That's nice. But I don't know, I think I like the original head on there most. So let's just take a closer look. So you got the hole here, and then you got 2 tabs on that side, and that's really what holds the face in. And you can see it as well right there. So the 3 little areas that I can secure the face into the head. And that's it. I think this first head is probably my favorite head. So that's probably what's going to stay on him. So let's move on further to, I guess, changing out these hands. So it looks like these are like on a ball. So I think you just pull it out. You see that? Just a little ball on the hand there. And because the hands themselves don't have the ball, you got to retrieve this ball from the original hand, and that wasn't too hard to rip out, but it's much easier to get it off of his arm than off of his hand. So let's make sure I have the correct right hand. So let's just put a right hand on here. And there's a little stub on there, a hole, and this stub piece is going to go right in here. And this one clicks a little bit harder in there. Alright, so that should be in. Now I find this little ball joint that it comes out of this socket pretty easily, unless I'm just not putting it in far enough. Oh, and these little bracelet things, these come off. So if you don't want them on, you can take them right off. Does expose the joint a little bit more. For some reason, this comes off really easily compared to this side. But let's see, did I get this on right? Or was this the right or left? I don't know if there's a right or left. Let's just put this back on before I mess them up too much. Alright, so let's put this right hand back on. You can see how much I struggle getting it in there. For some reason, I don't know, it doesn't want to go in as much as I'd like it to. I don't want to break this peg. I think it's just that I'm not pushing in hard enough. But like I said, I don't want to break it. So let me just get this in here. Alright, so now that I got these hands back in, I don't know if I'm a big fan of these hand joints because, I don't know, I feel like this left hand is okay. Maybe it's just this figure, but this right wrist seems to want to come out on me. So let's go over articulation. So obviously this head can move left and right. Left and right, no issues. Go look up about that much. You can look down really well, that much. He's got butterfly shoulders that can go that far forward and that far back. So that's pretty good. Shoulders can go 360 that way. And it's got a ball socket here, so it can go up. Oh, his headband just fell. Go up that high, and it looks like the butterfly joint moves along with it, so it helps in the lifting and raising of this shoulder joint. He's got a bicep swivel here. You see how easy the hand comes out for me? Not a big fan of that, but I guess that's why the box says this is for 17 years and older. You're not supposed to be playing around with it like a kid. Just pose it and let it stand, I guess. And he's got double, this is his arm joint, kind of like the arm joint for the Bandai figures. But because of the sculpt, he only goes about 90 degrees. This hand sucks. That's really turning me off on this figure. But again, it may just be my figure. This arm is not as bad. So you can see he bends this much. And it looks nice, the joint. It's not terrible. It's got a torso twist, diaphragm twist here. So you can twist this way, and there goes the hand again. You can go can't really go that far backward or forward from that joint, but the twist is good from there. And he also has a waist twist. So it goes left and right there. Can even tilt a little to the left and to his right, that much, and tilt this much. So not a lot of tilt, but it does tilt some. It doesn't crunch forward that much and doesn't move back that much. So the articulation in the torso, it's not that great. Shoulder ones are great, but this torso joints aren't that great. Now his legs, these hips are an issue. I can tell you this leg has come off a couple times already. Does not have that much articulation. That's as far forward as he can get. And it's supposed to be a, martial artist. So you want him to be able to kick, and doesn't really kick. You can get this far back, which isn't bad. Oh look, this one falls out too. So you can see the joints here. I'll show it to you. It's got a T joint. So, I mean, that's a great joint. It's just, I guess the sculpt doesn't allow him to get in good splits. But I guess you are allowing the look and sculpt of the figure to be greater than the articulation. So let's see if I can get this guy together. You can see me struggle. There you go. Just minor struggles. So I'm assuming the knee articulation is the same sort of joint as the elbow, and I can get about that far back. Man, this thing keeps popping off. And you can see his foot joint. It's on a ball, or a ball at the end of this leg. So you can get it to go in all sorts of positions. So it can rock this way, rock that way. It can go back that much, and it can go forward that much. My figure has a little line here, don't know why. Just wanted to do some size comparisons. You can see here Rue compared to the old Street Fighter Zangief. I think this is a knockoff. I bought this guy a long time ago. He was pretty cheap for the figure when I bought him. There's some discoloration here because I had him next to the window in the sun, so the paint got discolored. But that size, these two together, they work pretty well. So this Rue will fit in with your old Street Fighters. This is the standard Bucky Cat mold, Daredevil, Matt Murdock, and you can see he doesn't quite fit in with the Marvel Legends lines. He's just too big and bulky when he's supposed to be only 5'9" and 187 pounds. There's no way that Matt Murdock would be like 5'6" or 5'5" in comparison to this guy. Then doesn't quite fit in. If you want to say that this is just a different character and he's just this large imposing figure, then yeah, you can use him that way. So here we have him compared to the McFarlane Mortal Kombat 11 Sub-Zero character. Now he is a 7-inch line character. Doesn't quite fit in here either. It just looks weird. This guy's got ginormous feet. The Mortal Kombat figures have tiny feet, and that goes the same with Marvel Legends. Marvel Legends have smaller feet than the Street Fighter, but also have bigger feet than the Mortal Kombat figures. Um, so not quite sure if it fits that well, but you could still, you know, have them fight. I mean, you could just say that Sub-Zero is, I don't know, like 6'3". That would work. But I bought that character to more fit into kind of as like a fighting monk in my like Dungeons and Dragons scene type reality. Here's a Mystic Legions figure here. This is the Type 1 body where they're thicker. And it seems to fit much better into this realm of figures. He is a bit thicker than this armored character right here. And these Mystic Legions are done by the Four Horsemen. They look great. Their articulation is a little bit antiquated, but you know, their paint decals and everything are really good. And I am actually expecting another order from the Four Horsemen to be coming in soon, since they got their shipment. And I can review these things too if you guys want. Just let me know. I guess you can see him versus other Marvel Legends. So here we got the Vindicator, who's a little bit bigger than... I always have trouble standing him. 1 second. A little taller than your standard Bucky Cat mold. And here he is against Spider-Man. Spider-Man looks really spindly next to him. So that's your figure comparisons in terms of heights. So I don't know. Now that I'm playing with it a little bit, and things keep falling off, makes the figure a little bit less enjoyable. But I'm not one that, you know, plays with figures like a little kid. Well, I have to confess, sometimes I do. But in any case, most of the time I just kind of pose them and set them on the shelf and put them in like little dios. For the most part, I do a mixture of vanilla poses and action poses in my displays. But he looks good. He's not one that you just go playing around with. So yeah, I think the box is right. This is not for young kids. It says 17 and older. Maybe that's a little bit high, but still. He looks nice for the price that I got him for. He's worth it for the price that he costs. Originally, I don't know. Maybe not my cup of tea. Or maybe I'm just cheap. Who knows? But I will try and take some action poses. That way you can kind of see what he can do. All right, thanks for watching.